Nah. Okay, now you can get quiet because we really are starting. Earlier was just a false alarm. We are so glad that each and every one of you are here today. This is a standing room only. I'm sorry we don't have enough chairs for you, but really, an event always looks better when you have people standing up, right? So it's sort of by design. We always know that our education friends and partners will turn out for us, and that our community will turn out for us as well when we are talking about something as significant as the topic that we are going to announce today. So we're so delighted to have our friends from both ECISD and MISD here. Our leadership is here, many of their teams are here, and then of course our city and county leaders who are here, we're thankful for that, and all of our UT Permian Basin staff and faculty whose opportunity this will be to walk out as well. So my name is Tatum Hubbard. I'm the Chief of Staff, and I lead the communications and marketing team here at the university. And we are all just ready to talk to all the parents and all the students and families in our region about this exciting opportunity. But no one has planned, prepped, stressed over, thought about, agonized, or dreamed about this moment more than our Senior Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs, Dr. Becky Spurlock. So we call this her baby. She's rocked it and loved it and patted it and burped it and done all the things that are important for a successful launch. And so it's a real pleasure to introduce to you now Dr. Becky Spurlock to tell you a little bit more about direct admissions and what it means for students here in the Permian Basin. So Dr. Spurlock.
Thank you. I'm so delighted to be here. What if? Have any of you ever had a what if thought followed by a, maybe not. I don't think so. I'm not sure. Well, I had that what if thought about 9 months ago when I thought, what if we made the college admissions process easier? Because if you ask anyone, they'll tell you how stressful the application process is, the forms, the waiting, the wondering, the figuring it all out. And that's if you have support. What if you're the first in your family to go and you've never seen the forms or you don't have the answers to the questions? It's so easy to just say, this isn't for me. When I had that what if thought, some of the very people in this room, I called and said, is this a crazy thought? What if we did something different? And got great encouragement, support from many people here in the room today. That what if turned into an action plan, a list of steps, many tasks. Hop, skip, and 9 months later, here we are, unveiling the what if we made college admissions easier. It's my pleasure to introduce you today to the idea of direct admissions. Direct admissions is a partnership with important partners like ECISD and MISD, where we have received the data we need to make admissions decisions directly from the schools so that we can directly reach out to students and say, you qualify for admissions. You don't have to apply. You're already in. You've done the work. Cue the confetti. Let's start celebrating and planning your future. You can hit the next slide for me, Scott. So this is Direct Admissions Explained. Working with our partners, we've been able to gather the data necessary to be able to make those direct offer of admissions. You can see that information here on this slide. We're able to tell folks, based on your qualifications, you're in. Even better, based on your academic profile, here's the merit scholarship that you will qualify for. And that doesn't even get us started on the financial aid that you're likely to get, making college not just possible, but affordable. Next slide. Our partners are, of course, with ECISD and MISD. You simply can't accomplish something at this scale in this timeline if you don't have partners who are willing to both dream and do with you. Next slide. Here's a little look at the numbers of the impact of an idea like direct admissions. You can see the number of students that will be impacted. In the coming weeks, we'll be delivering letters by hand to these students, and I'll tell you more about the ways we'll celebrate and connect with them and their families in just a minute. But I want you to see here the high percentage rate. Students that we're going to tap on the shoulder and say, you qualify for college admissions. You're already in. Let's talk about getting you financial aid and scholarships to support your dreams. Next slide. Part of what makes this program exceptionally fantastic is Falcon Free. Lots of other colleges across the country could maybe do something like this, but they don't have our program. Our program that supports a last dollar in support for tuition and fees for families who make $100,000 a year or less. Keep in mind, if your family makes more than that, it doesn't mean that there won't be other financial aid or scholarships still available to you. And we keep our tuition and fees affordable here at UTPB because we don't want cost to be a reason you don't pursue your dreams. Next slide. We look forward to you helping us get people excited about this program. We're going to be rolling it out with hand-delivered letters in the schools throughout the month of April. Families will get postcards sent to their homes so they know this is really happening. We're making all of the information available in English and Spanish. We're going to be visiting the campuses after the letters go out with information tables so we can answer one-on-one questions. David De La Garza is here. David, stand up. David's in our admissions office and is our primary admissions contact. So he's going to be working individually with each of the students and their families to support them through the process. We are ready to serve them with one-on-one attention. Last slide. Here's the end goal, folks. Direct admissions is going to lead us right towards graduation. And we know what a difference a college education can make on somebody's life over the course of their life, economically, in many other ways, their health and happiness too. Before I wrap my comments, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Dr. Teresa Simpson, my AVP. Where is Teresa? I've lost her. There she is, who arrived only in November. And upon arrival, I said, I've got a project for you. We need to do it now, as well as many other folks here in this room who've helped today. Thank you for coming, and thank you for helping us celebrate this brand new admissions program. And if you have other what-if ideas, I think now you know I'm your girl.
Thank you, Dr. Spurlock. We are starting this program with our two outstanding partners at ECISD and MISD, and there are no two greater leaders, as I think most of us in this room know. So we're going to let each of them talk to you about what this means for their students, because we all have the same goal, and it is to create the biggest pool of opportunity, no matter what that path is, for the students who call Midland and Odessa home. So we'll start first with Dr. Scott Muri, the superintendent for the Ector County Independent School District. Dr. Muri?
David was a senior in high school, and I was his principal. And David was a B student, wrong David, yeah, different David. And he made his way through high school really well. His mother, single mom, and David was the only child, did well in high school, but stayed under the radar. Wasn't really visible, didn't necessarily participate in extracurriculars, didn't make much of a name for himself other than academically. He did all right. The school year ended, put a diploma in his hand and sent him on his way. August rolled around, and David's mom, of course, wanted him to go to college, and he was going to be the first child to go to college in her family. And so she took him to college, to our local public university, and dropped him off on the first day of school, because isn't that what you do when public schools? She didn't know that there was an application process. She didn't know that there were forms that she needed to fill out. She didn't know, and the list went on. So I, as the principal, got a call from that local university sharing the story with me, and we didn't know because we weren't following David and his mom throughout the summer. Fast forward to today and direct admission. David would have had a different experience, as will many of our students in ECISD. If you could bring up the slide that kind of showed where we are and where we potentially could be. And so if you look on the right, that's ECISD. But I would point out a couple of numbers. The first number is on the bottom, and it's the 403. Last year, we had 403 students in ECISD that filled out that form, that filled out that application, and sent it to UTPB. This year, we will have 795 students that won't fill out a form before they receive an acceptance letter. They're going to be accepted to the University of Texas at Permian Basin, and they don't even know it. They're going to know it soon, and their parents will know it as well. And I guarantee that within that 795, there are not just one, but there are Davids in there. Kids that would never have had the opportunity to attend a public university if it wasn't for someone who 9 months ago gave birth to an idea, and then today that university makes that idea a reality. And so on behalf of the 795 ECISD students and the Davids that are embedded in that number, thank you to UTPB for the vision becoming a reality. Thank you for changing lives in the many students in our organization that would never have this opportunity without brilliant thinking and without innovation. It is an honor and a privilege to partner with you all, not only in this endeavor, but in the many pieces of work that we do together. And so on behalf of the 7 members of our Board of Trustees, 2 of which are here today, one of them is a professor on your campus, and the 33,700 students that we serve today, many of whom will be in that list for years to come, thank you for a grateful school system and an even more grateful community. We appreciate it. Thank you all.
And we know the same opportunity exists in MISD. And so we'd like to invite one of our proud alums from UT Permian Basin and the superintendent at MISD, Dr. Stephanie Howard, to share her thoughts.
So yes, I am a proud alum of UTPB. I earned my master's here, principal and superintendent certification here, and then was part of the cohort, the doctoral cohort that was Dr. Seibert as well with UTSA. So UTPB has been near and dear to my heart for many years. I've been a student myself here, and so I'm honored to be here. So in Midland ISD, the mission is that we graduate our students college, career, or military ready. And I've said for years that we know not all students will go to college, but we want all students to be prepared to go to college if that is what they want to do. And many times they think they can't go to college for just what Dr. Spurlock talked about and Dr. Muri. They don't know how to navigate the process. And they don't know how to get started filling out the forms. And if they haven't had someone in their family go to college, they don't even think college is for them. But when they get this direct admission and they receive this postcard in the mail, then that opens up the possibility for them. And so in many cases, this is about dreams and opportunities. I was a student back when it was still okay to apply for college in July and not know where you were going until then. It's very different now. And so for our seniors right now to be receiving this in the next couple of weeks, I was talking to one of our seniors today who has decided where he'll be going. And he said, that's just such a relief to know that I'm done thinking about that process. I know where I'm going. And so for over 500 of our students, that process may or may not be completed because we don't know if they'll end up here. But I guarantee you some students who had not thought about attending UTPB may very well be here in August because of direct admissions and because of Dr. Spurlock having this idea. Also, the merit scholarships, the second hardest thing behind just getting accepted and admitted into college is figuring out how they're going to pay for it. So by them having the opportunity to be exposed to some of these scholarships they might not even know exist is going to be very beneficial for them. We appreciate Dr. Spurlock having the vision and asking if we would buy into this crazy idea she thought she had. And of course, Dr. Woodley is a great partner and has done a great job here at UTPB, and we're proud to be part of this, and we appreciate the opportunity. I don't see any of our board members. We do have a community meeting tonight, so many of them are getting ready for that. But on behalf of the district, our school board, and all of our administrative staff, a couple of our high school principals are here. We appreciate this opportunity to partner with you and to provide access for our students.
And finally, we'll invite our vision setter to come and share our final thoughts today. You know, being part of a team that is allowed to dream big and try some things that are probably going to be successful, but you know, we're not afraid to take a big shot here at UTPB. And so it's my pleasure to introduce our president, Dr. Sandra Woodley.
Gosh, I'm just so humbled by this opportunity to have this really great vision in front of us. You know, the university, I've been here 7 years. It's gone by so fast. I can't believe how fast it's gone by. But as we have been working on our strategic plan, particularly over the last 4 years, and recently what we realized is, you know, over the next 2 decades, we'll need over 38,000 people with a baccalaureate degree just for the workforce that we're going to have here in the Permian Basin. You know, we graduate about 1,200, 1,300 students every year. We are not on track, you know, to fill that entire workforce gap. And the other thing that, you know, we look at and we pore over in our strategic planning teams is that the energy industry and the industry here in the Permian Basin is so vibrant and generates so much economic activity and revenue for the entire state and the entire nation, but it's not a huge population center when you compare it to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin, right, and Houston. So we at University of Texas Permian Basin have to outperform the population here to be able to make sure that those people in our community have an opportunity to take one of those amazing high-paying jobs here in the Permian Basin. A deep responsibility, I feel, to make sure that we step up to the plate and that we deliver for the students here. I want to say thank you to our amazing partners, you know, Scott and Stephanie. It's a pleasure to dream and to work with you. It's always start with yes. We always start with yes, and sometimes we have to go around and we say, okay, this one, we can't do this one, but we can do this one. But we start with yes because we want to make sure that we serve our community and our students. I want to say thank you to Odessa College, our partners at Odessa College and Midland College. You know, it takes all of us to be able to deliver what we need to for the community here. So I'm thrilled and excited about the opportunity to make it so much easier for the students in the Permian Basin to say yes to college. And we're going to move heaven and earth to make sure that we outperform all of the things that we have to outperform here to be able to deliver. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Woodley. So just to recap, as you're going off, we want to make sure you have the talking points that you have because really you are our greatest ambassadors for this program. We need you all to go out and talk to the people who you know who have students who are seniors in high school and even start talking about juniors as well. What does this mean? If you have worked hard and you have a 2.75 or higher, you are automatically admitted to this university. Now, you still must take a very easy step. It'll be all explained in the letter they receive and the postcard they receive. One step saying, yep, I want to come. Help us to talk about the opportunities with financial aid and with the more simplified process, and then just the really cool experience that they'll have when they're here on our campus. Dr. Howard was just talking about how pretty the quad looks. Just wait. Give us 24 months, and it's really going to be fantastic. You all are the partners who allow us to do the good work that we're able to do. So we are thankful for each and every one of us. I'm going to selfishly ask for a photo opportunity if I can with the superintendents, our president, and Dr. Spurlock. Y'all come up here. We're going to take, how about, I don't know, Abe, where do you want them? Okay, we're going to do it by the 50th. And also, hey, did you know it was our 50th anniversary? Selfishly, that worked out. That's right. We'll take a quick picture here, and then our media partners, who we're also grateful for helping us to get the word out about this, we'll let you ask questions and do any interviews that you want to do, and celebrate this together. One more with a phone. All right. Excellent. Media, please feel free to grab one of our speakers today. If you have questions, talk to any of us and ask any questions. And thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.